The impacts of climate change are becoming harder and harder to ignore. Many communities in the interior West are on the front lines of dealing with these impacts. The White Mountain Apache Tribe in Arizona has been taking steps to mitigate the impacts of drought on their communities. The 1.6 million-acre Fort Apache Indian Reservation is located in east-central Arizona at the headwaters of the Salt River. The river produces over half of the streamflow entering Roosevelt Lake and supplies water to the Salt River Project and Phoenix metro cities. Previously, on 2 Degrees Out West, we interviewed members of the tribe to talk about their water metering project. The aim is to better track and ultimately conserve the limited water supplies on the reservation. On this mini-episode of 2 Degrees Out West, we'll once again talk with tribal members to hear how drought is impacting their communities and how water meters can be a part of the solution.
My name is Delbert Altahal. I'm a White Mountain Apache Tribe. I'm originally from here. I'm full-blooded Apache.
Delbert's background is with environmental protection. He's worn a variety of different hats that have brought him into contact with many people around his community.
I work for the Environmental Protection Office. I performed the air quality test for my tribe, and I monitor for PM10, that's just little particle pollutions, and then I also, besides that, I monitor for the underground storage tank at the gas stations, and then I do the landfill inspection. So I wear different hard hats at different times. Yeah, man. But it's a cool job, but a lot of it's technical because it deals with reports.
Delbert says drought is a problem for everyone in the Southwest.
The whole Southwest in the United States is dealing with this severe drought. We've noticed that the rivers are dwindling, they're really low, and the lakes are starting to turn into ponds. The vegetations are drying up. It just affects everything.
Delbert says one of the scariest parts of the drought is the risk of wildfire.
I've seen massive wildfires, especially during high winds and these red flag days. I've experienced it because I used to be a firefighter, and I used to drive a engine tanker around, and it's scary. I think this drought, man, it's tearing us up on the Southwest right now, and we're afraid to open up the reservation because of wildfires. So most of our back roads are closed off right now. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I think when they pump water, you have to have a certain amount of water going through the river, but man, it's not even that much. It's probably not worth pumping out now because the waters are getting low. Yeah, we're in a stage 2 water restriction right now because of the water being low.
The water restriction is part of guidelines for how the tribe manages water during shortages. The most lenient of which is a Stage 1 restriction, which seeks to reduce water use by 10%.
Stage 2 water restriction is no more water in the lawns, and no more washing cars, no more portable swimming pools, just no more playing around with the water. Stage 2, you're kind of getting into a little bit red flag, and then stage 3 is like extreme, and you got to really take care of the water.
The most aggressive Stage 5 reduction seeks to reduce water by 50% and limits water to only health and safety needs. This would be the worst case scenario for the tribe. Delbert worries that if the shortages got bad enough, there could be significant economic impacts for the tribe.
Our well fields are going down, and we don't know how much longer we're gonna hang on, but it's very crucial that we take care of every drop, that we can. And then economic wise too. If there's water shortage, then these business can't operate because programs, departments, they need they need to have their restroom, their kitchen, and everything operating to function. But I think it's just going to affect everybody all the way around. Even the animals out there, because they need water. I don't know how much water they drink, these horses and these cattle, and everybody needs water. It's just
So, what can be done? Delbert says the tribe needs to work with what water they have. He explained how the Water Resource Department is introducing the water meters to help get ahead of shortages. Delbert explained how he has seen the water meter program rolled out in the community.
uh, the water resource people are stepping in and uh, going after these grant monies to help our local utility authority uh, provide these programs for the public. And I've noticed that they've been distributing letters and information about water meters. So hopefully, it starts soon. So I think by metering the water, you're you're helping out your tribe economic, and then you're helping out the water distribution, maintain the water to if there's a water break somewhere, they'll notice it right away. I think water meters can be cost saving for people that know how to take care of their water, and then also it it it's going to be a lesson learned for people that use too much water when they see their water bill.
To learn about the Water Resource Program and how water meters are being implemented, I talked to Cheryl Palzo, who oversees the program.
My name is Cheryl Pilzode. I'm the Water Resources Manager for the White Mountain Apache Tribe, and I oversee the Water Resources Program.
She explains water meters help provide a better image of how the tribe uses water.
One of the big things that we are using the water meters for is just to get a better idea of all the leaks that we have in our systems in the community. I think that there's a lot of people who don't know where, what their infrastructure looks like. So they do not know that they may have a bad leak within their home or within their infrastructure.
Both she and Delbert mentioned the bad snow years and how that directly impacts the water available to the tribe.
This drought, we need like maybe 30, 40 foot of snow to really kick the, the, the environment back into check. But no, we haven't had that in a long time.
Since 1980s, a record that we've been maintaining, this has been the worst year in regards to snow. And that reflects in our following spring and summer when we look at our springs and our streams. And this summer, we hardly have any water in our streams. And we rely on the river water, the surface water, for 35% of our water supply in the main town of White River. So, so we really depend on Mother Nature. And so if there's no water if there's no water in the river, that means that we have to cut down on our water use in our community.
Those water limits are the same ones that Delbert talked about, that go from level 1 to level 5.
We also are seeing this in our wells in our northern communities, where we're over pumping our wells, and and now this summer we've been experiencing a lot of air in our water system because we're taking more than what can be replenished. And so So because of that, we're having to we've initiated our whole drought contingency plan, and we are now on water limits, and so everybody's needing to conserve water. So the water meters are a great way for us to look and see where a lot of our leaks are at, or a lot of water use is being done in the community, and then having the utility operators go out there and let them know that you have a major water break, or if we have an entity or a community that's using too much water, and going to them and saying you need to conserve water. So this has been a great way for us to really take a handle on managing and maintaining our water supply, especially when we're so limited like we are this summer.
I asked Cheryl what is coming next with water meters in the community.
So we had one of our staff members go out and pass out flyers to all those that will be having a meter installed in their homes. So that has been done already. And just last week, they've started installing meters in one of the communities. And so, you'll see an operator there and not, where they're planning to install a meter box and install a meter. And then they will have someone leave a note on your gate, on your door, if they can access it, to just let you know that the meter has been installed. You'll also see it in your billing. And so instead of just seeing a flat rate of $35, you'll actually see how much water you use that month and how much that's costing you.
Delbert said he thinks education will be one of the most important parts of implementing the water metering program.
When it really comes down to it, man, if there's a real water shortage, it's gonna hit them, because. But I think it's important that we educate the public. Even though we might sound like a broken record, we still need to educate. Water is very important, that it's life-giving, and we need to take care of it. And it's a daily necessity and things like that, and.
The tribe is working hard to educate on the value of water meters and saving water. One of the tools the tribe leverages is youth education, showing young tribal members the importance and value of saving water in a drier world. My colleagues Talia Bear and Kim Mitchell visited the tribe's water festival this year to hear what kids are learning about saving water. Talia Bear is the Senior Indigenous Peoples Engagement Manager. Kim Mitchell is a Senior Policy Advisor.
What was one new thing you learned about water today?
About how it reducts into the sky and it goes back down.
Kim Mitchell here. I'm at a water festival in Fort Apache, Arizona with a whole lot of 4th and 6th graders. This is the 2nd annual Project Wet Festival for students in the White Mountain Apache community. We've got over 200 students here from 6 schools doing a bunch of fun hands-on activities about water. They learn where their local water supplies come from and why it's important to conserve as much as they can. We've got outside stations in this field focusing on topics like water cycle, watershed management, and water conservation. Communities here frequently experience water outages. In fact, rivers are at an all-time low right now. So it's important to learn how saving water can help alleviate water shortages and provide more drinking water for their community, and keep water in their rivers and aquifers. I'm asking students about what they've learned today. So why do you think it's important to save water?
Because it's important to save water because there's not that much water that we can drink. There's like 3% of fresh water that you can drink.
Why do you think it's so important to save water?
Because we don't have that much fresh and nicely done water, and we need water too for the animals and for our bodies to keep going.
You need to save it because other people need water to survive and animals need water to survive.
Do you have any ideas about how you and your family can save water?
We can save water by when we brush our teeth in the morning and night, we can not leave the water running when we don't need the water.
Can you tell me one way you can save water inside your house and outside your house?
For outside, if you're done using the water hose, you should make sure that it's turned off good. And for inside, don't leave your water faucets on if you're not using it.
To turn off the faucet, it can save up to 8 gallons, I believe.
Do you like what you've heard? Join our email list. Share this podcast with friends, family, and group chats alike. Lastly, WRA would like to thank our sponsors who help make our work possible. Our champion sponsor is First Bank. Our signature sponsors are Denver Water, Torch Clean Energy, Scarpa, and Southwest Energy Efficiency Project. Our supporting sponsors are SolUp, GoCo, BSW Wealth Partners, Meridian Public Affairs, Group 14 Engineering, and Kind Design. Thank you for listening.